have another Nobel Laureate lecturer, Professor Dan Shechtman, our existing honorary president. He unfortunately couldn't come, but we have a recording of his presentation. Why we should teach science in kindergartens and technological entrepreneurship in technical universities. So teach science in kindergartens and universities.
Good evening, Thani. It's a pleasure and honor being with you again. You are always, as you know already, a highlight of SIPS. You have been always and always you are. Although this time virtually, but this is one of the presentations. It's also a highlight related to Philippines. So please, you can start.
Okay, thank you, Florian. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to talk to you, participants. And I'm Dan Shechtman. I'm from the Technion, Haifa, Israel. The Technion is a school for engineering and science, and it's the first university in Israel, now over 100 years old. The subject of my talk is why should we teach technological entrepreneurship in universities and science in kindergartens? Let us look at the world today. The world today has struggling economies. It has poor, disenchanted populations, and wars and refugees. It's a problematic world. Now let's say compare a little bit the Philippines and Israel. Population of the Philippines, 117 million people, large country. Israel is small, 10 million people. Median age in the Philippines, 26 years old. In Israel, 29 years old. Very young population, excellent. Life expectancy at birth in Israel, 85, that's good. Philippines, 71, that's not very good, has to be corrected. GDP per capita, Philippines, $4,000. Israel, $55,000. The per capita during the last 60 years, the GDP per capita is on this graph. You can see that Israel goes up very fast, and the Philippines is going up, but too slowly. Hopefully, this will improve. And if you listen to my talk and do what I suggest, it will move faster. This is a demographic pyramid. A demographic pyramid, next please. Demographic pyramid, you have, up goes the age group, to the right females, to the left males. And it gives you the proportion of females at a certain age. So between 0 and 4 years of age, you have many. Any declining until you reach the age of about 90 years old, and then everybody goes away to a better world. So this is the demographic pyramid of Israel, and it looks like a pyramid, and that means that we have many young children, and less as they go higher in age. And the Philippines is very similar. Here is the Philippines. So the Philippines is very similar. It looks like a pyramid. And again, to the right, number of women, to the left, number of men. And as we reach high age, the population declines. But we have many children, we have many young people, both Philippines and Israel. And this is excellent, excellent. See, and this is the comparison. They look just about the same. Philippines and Israel. Next, please. Yes. And next. What happens when you have one child per woman? Next, please. What happens when you have one child per woman? So you see a family, a young boy, 2 parents, and the grandfather and grandmother, and the other grandfather and grandmother are not seen here. But there are 6 adults and 1 child. And when this child grows, he will have to produce enough money to support 6 people. This is when you have 1 child per woman. That is a problem. And as I will show you later, many countries have limited number of children. Now you see my family. My family has 12 grandchildren, 4 children, and I have 1 wife. I have many young people to support the family. And the Philippines is just about the same like Israel, large families, wonderful. Number of children per woman in the year 2025. Niger, Africa, 6.8. Now, Niger is just one country in Africa, but most African countries are like that. Many, many children per family. Can they feed the family? Some can, some cannot. It's an issue. It can be a problem and it has to be resolved. Europe, 1.5 children per woman. If you want to sustain the number of people in the country, you have to have 2.1 children per woman. 1.5 means decline in population. But Europe does not have this problem because of immigration. Do they get the people they want? That's another question. Russia, 1.6. USA, 1.6. Singapore, 0.81. And China, 1 child per woman, and India, 2 children per woman. So as you can see, China is declining, 1 child per woman, the population shrinks, and India is just about stable. But the rest of the world, Europe, Russia, USA, and Singapore, they may have issues. In Europe, the birth rate is low, about, next please, about 1.5 children per woman. And in the Far East, it is very low. China, Taiwan, Singapore, South Korea, 0.8 to 1.5 children per woman. That is aging population. Why is it? Why is this phenomenon? Well, several factors affect next. Several factors affect the average number of children per woman in the modern world. Number 1 is urbanization. People move from the village to the city. They can raise many children in the village, but not in the city. In the city, there are small apartments. It is expensive to raise many children in the city, so people have small families. Education for women. More women today are educated. This is wonderful. But educated women want career. They don't want many children. And the third reason is government policy. Governments can encourage more children per family or discourage. What can we do? Next, encourage larger families. Governments, and when I say governments, I mean city governments, province governments, central government, all governments can encourage large families by different means. And next, please, encourage technological entrepreneurship. Next. Technological entrepreneurship, in my mind, is key to world peace and prosperity. Why is technological entrepreneurship important for the well-being of societies, countries, and the world? One main reason for our troubled, unstable world is poverty, and consequently disenchanted population. Next, please. Technological entrepreneurship is a solution to low GDP per capita. It is a solution to poverty. It is a solution to high unemployment. It is a solution to disenchanted people. Next, please. Sustainable economy depends on entrepreneurship in general, but mainly on technological entrepreneurship. Fostering technological entrepreneurship requires development of human ingenuity. And remember this, human ingenuity is the most important natural resource of any country. It is not the coal, it is not the oil, it is not the gas, it's not the metals. Human ingenuity is the most important natural resource of every country. Next, please. How can we develop human ingenuity? Next. Well, good basic education to all. Of course, to all. All children should go to school, not go with the cows to the field. Teachers. Teachers are crucial. We need many well-paid, good teachers in every country. And then we need good engineering and science education. This is good universities, government policy and support, free market economy, and no corruption. Corruption kills entrepreneurship. No corruption. But that may not be all. Also needed is development of entrepreneurial spirit and knowledge. Born to be a technological entrepreneur, some people say that you're born to be a technological entrepreneur. I say, no. We can teach technological entrepreneurship. Can we teach it? Yes, we can, and we should. And so whom and where should we teach technological entrepreneurship? Use in high schools. Yes, start in high school. Introduce the spirit of entrepreneurship to children. And then, of course, in universities, engineers, scientists, medical doctors, and technicians in vocational school. Technicians can make things, they can open startups. Next, it is engineers, biologists, medical doctors, scientists, and computer experts that start new high-tech companies. Next. I would like to tell you about a class that I started at the Technion. It's called Technological Entrepreneurship, and it's a Technion class, which I started in 1987. And it is still running today. It was the largest class at the Technion at the time. It is open to all Technion students. At the beginning, in the first 25 years when I was reading it, I had 600 students in my class. 600 students every week in my class. Now it is smaller, but still 300 students in the class every week. This is almost 40 years continuing. All lectures are given by invited speakers. I cannot teach entrepreneurship, but invited speakers can do, and they do it very well. So who are they? Successful entrepreneurs, new startup entrepreneurs, and then professionals. So who are the professionals? I'll give you two examples. I bring in a lawyer to tell the students what is a limited company and why you should open a limited company when you open a company and not take the financial burden on your narrow shoulder. I bring somebody that talks about market survey. You should be an expert in your market before you enter it. Who is the competition? What is the price range? What is the direction of development? You should be an expert in the field you're entering before you enter. And there are more professionals. More than 10,000 engineers and scientists took the technological entrepreneurship class. More than 10,000 engineers and scientists. There are now engineers and scientists, and there are more than 10,000 of them. And 25% of them were involved in startups. Amazing. Next, please. Cultural consideration, mainly in the Far East, but also in other countries. Fear of failure. People are afraid to open a company because they may fail, and many fail. And in many countries, failure is a shame. Shame on you, shame on your family, shame on your city. And I say, failure is not a shame. My message is, failure, okay, start again. Now you're an experienced entrepreneur. You will not do the same mistake again. Start again, open a new companies. The last things I want to talk to you about is science in kindergarten and science celebration programs for children. So, next please. Why should we teach science in kindergarten? The scientific and industrial development of the world depends on its human ingenuity and motivation of young men and women to become scientists, engineers, technological entrepreneurs, and so on. It's the motivation. Human ingenuity, as I said before, is the most valuable, sustainable natural resource, and high-tech startups are the major driving force in modern economy. So children knowledgeable in science may choose to direct their academic future towards a career in the natural sciences, and they will do so because they look at the world around them with open eyes and mind based on understanding of natural phenomena. I propose to teach science to young children in kindergartens and primary school for the purpose for prosperous and peaceful world. Next, please. Here's an example of a kindergarten that we opened in Haifa, my hometown. I did it with the mayor, and we opened 60 such kindergartens in which they teach science, real science. Here's an example of a laboratory. When you enter the laboratory, you think that you are in a university. But you look down and there are 10 young children wearing laboratory coats, and they have a teacher who is standing by me, and the teacher has a master's in chemistry. She can teach high school, but she prefers to teach kindergarten teachers. Real science, real science. We have a large program to teach real science. And last but not least is Israel Education Television Channel. I started a program on the Israel Educational Television Channel. It's a national television channel. And the program is called To Be a Scientist with Professor Dan. They opened a sort of laboratory for me on the stage, and they invited 3 young children, not kindergarten, age 8, about 8 years old, second grade or third grade children. And I taught them science. And every week we spoke about a different subject. Let me give you an example of one subject, of very many that I did. Let's talk about light. So, go back. So I spoke to them, what are the light sources? What are the natural light sources? The sun, the stars, yes. The moon, no. The moon is a reflector. It's not a source of light. What are the artificial light sources? Well, the lamps at the streets, the light in our homes, and so on. Laser is an artificial light. And this is just one of many examples. And people liked it very much. They were watching in the evening the program with the children, especially grandmothers loved to watch it with the grandchildren. It was very successful. I want to thank you for listening to me, and I wish you a wonderful meeting. I know that Florian makes wonderful meetings. I'm sure this will be a good one. I'm sorry I cannot be with you. Thank you, Florian.
Thank you to you, Thani. It's a very, very timely and important lecture. I can pretty much say you are the father of technological entrepreneurship. Without
In my
exaggerating,
country.
yeah, well, I don't know really too many people in other countries that have given so much contribution on it. Even the people that deal with entrepreneurship. But anyway, probably I'm wrong. But to me, you are really the father of entrepreneurship, and Israel is the first actually to start this, if I'm not wrong. So and then which goes to the direction that you started it, and I'm pretty sure for that. And I don't see anyone else has given so much contribution in this direction. And you know that SIPS is that. SIPS is to raise the profile of science and engineering in the society, and we fit so well with your vision in this presentation. And this will be very good advice to the government of Philippines and all politicians. They should follow. They actually, this is one thing they are lacking for the moment, according to my evaluation. And they should follow. They should invite you, and they should follow your advice. It is really amazing something that you have been doing, and actually you are doing. Not because you are our honorary president, but it is real truth, and it's a sincere evaluation I'm doing. So
Well,
thanks
you
a lot
know,
again.
this is a side project, of course. I'm a scientist. Most of my life are dedicated to science, as you know.
Same with me. And I have SIPS as a hobby. So this is the beauty of it. It's a side. It's exactly with me. So I'm a scientist in a high-tech company, and this is just my hobby. It's a non-for-profit organization organizing every year, as you know very well. So we are in the same page. And you have so much contribution in it. And with the time passing, your contribution will be even valued much more. And
I hope so.
yeah. And this is done. You know, this is why you are highlight of our SIPS. Okay, then.
Okay,
So
thank you,
you are
Florian.
invited. You are invited next year in person. There are two choices: Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, or Cartagena, Colombia. Both on the beach, both in the nice places, as we always do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you also. A pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.